Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we present you 50 beautiful retro historical photos. We hope you will appreciate our work. Write your comment and click the subscribe button. Enjoy the show, and here we go. American writer and actress Roxanne Pulitzer, 1979. Model Stephanie Page, 1980s. August 1942. Ella Watson, government charwoman who provides for a family of 6 on her salary of $1,080 per year. New Orleans circa 1903. Chess, checkers and whist club, Canal and Baron Streets. Parker, Mrs. F.W. between February 1894 and February 1901. May 1943. Bethlehem Fairfield Shipyards, Baltimore. Ship painters loaded on a truck. Toledo, Ohio, circa 1900. Spitzer Building, Madison Avenue and Huron Street. August 1942. Women in industry. Sharp eyes and agile fingers make these young women ideal machine operators. Shelter Island, New York, circa 1904. Manhasset House, at the golf links. Baltimore, circa 1905. Oyster luggers at the docks. March 1952. Marlene Dietrich makes her stage debut in Chicago. January 24, 1925. President Mrs. Coolidge viewing eclipse of sun at White House. January 7, 1925. Washington, D.C. Scientists of Naval Observatory with special camera to photograph eclipse of Sunday. Circa 1905. Main Street, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, circa 1907. Thomas Sheaf House, Market and Deer Streets. St. Paul, Minnesota, circa 1910. Robert Street. April 1954. Flamingo Hotel, Las Vegas. Circa 1901. Family Cow Dash, The Firs, New Baltimore, Michigan. Ecorse, Michigan, circa 1906. Great Lakes Engineering Works. Circa 1905. Mount Tom Mountain House, Massachusetts. Completed in 1901. San Francisco, 1926. Page Sedan Series 2, at Pioneer Park, Telegraph Hill. The Jersey Shore circa 1908. The Bathing Hour, Atlantic City. July 1942. Washington, D.C. Cars and trucks on Independence Avenue, SW. August 1940. Dolls and crib next to icebox of kitchen in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Along the Monongahela circa 1912. A group of skyscrapers, Pittsburgh. February 1943. Women in Essential Services. Mrs. E.K. Sable and Mrs. J.R. Harris in Oakland, California. The beautiful Dawn Grayson of the 1960s. July 1942. Washington, D.C., vicinity. Canoes and rowboats tied up at small refreshment barge on the west bank of the Potomac. Boston circa 1895. 7 lawn tennis players posed outdoors holding tennis rackets. Glistening from a wash, waxed and chrome polished job by 16-year-old me. Our 1956 Rambler station wagon basks in the sun on the ramp of our garage on Walnut Avenue in Larkspur, California on a summer day in 1962. April 1943. Montgomery County, Maryland. Servicemen and their girls at the Glen Echo Amusement Park. March 1943. Melvin Cash, truck driver, putting water in his radiator along U.S. Highway 29 in North Carolina. San Francisco circa 1918. Haynes four-door four-passenger roadster at Golden Gate Park. March 1943. Pearlington, Mississippi. Truck drivers at a coffee stop on U.S. Highway 90. January 1943. Penasco, New Mexico. Marjorie Muller, nurse at baby clinic, operated. Circa 1903. Government Street, Victoria, British Columbia. February 1917. New York. Louis Gitney, a young compositor earning $7 a week in a 6th Avenue, New York, printing office. February 2nd, 1917. Girls working at Mangle and Banana Laundry, Boston. All are 15 years old and go to continuation school. February 1917. Horace Linfors, 14-year-old printer's helper, sizing up leads for Riverside Press, New York City. Palm Beach, Florida, circa 1906. Watching the boat races. Whitehall, Henry Flagler Mansion in background. Colorado Springs, circa 1910. Exchange National Bank Building, Tejon Street. New York, circa 1911. 5th Avenue at West 43rd Street. Washington, D.C., or vicinity, circa 1925. Children is all it says here. San Francisco, 1926. Page Sedan Dash, Great Highway. September 1942. Rochester, New York. Earl Babcock's mother helping with his bath. Circa 1910. Los Angeles-San Diego Beach Railway gasoline motor car. April 1939. Kilgore, Texas. Oilfield workers eating lunch. November 1938. Saloon near entrance to Union Stockyards, South Omaha, Nebraska. November 1938. Entrance to Union Stockyards, Omaha, Nebraska. Bonus photo for you, a beautiful retro woman. American model Tracy Vaccaro, 1981. This is the end. Rachel Gurley 1980s retro photo shoot. The lovely Donna Evan 1988. June 1942. Meanwhile, back in Chicago, we return to the Castillo family kitchen for another helping of American as the Smiths and Joneses. August 1942. Women in Industry. Operates a compressed air grinder in a Midwest aircraft plant. San Francisco, circa 1919. Sando motor truck. August 1939. Western Washington subsistence farm, whittled out of the stumps. San Francisco, 1935. Auto show. Model and Oldsmobile at General Motors display. New York, circa 1900. Italian neighborhood, Mulberry Street. Richmond, Virginia, circa 1912. Main Street west from 12th. Washington, D.C., circa 1890. Mad Aragon. September 3, 1935. Pontiac at H.O. Harrison Company, 1625 Van Ness Avenue, San Francisco. Harrison, Wright, and Howard. Washington, D.C., circa 1920. Photograph shows two African American men sitting on bales of hay and playing instruments outside a barn or stable. One man plays guitar. Vienna, Virginia, circa 1920. H.A. Money. The Undertaker Howard A. Money, 1859 to 1931. March 1943. Montgomery, Alabama. In front of City Hall. September 1938. Sitting around mining town of Osage, West Virginia. Boston circa 1900. Battleship USS Kearsarge from astern. New York circa 1905. Police parade dash, squad of mounted police. May 21, 1935. Pontiac Coupe at San Francisco Palace of Fine Arts. Columbus, Georgia, circa 1957. Cardinals baseball. Manhattan circa 1900. New York's business district from the Woodbridge Building. February 1942. Weslaco, Texas. Farm Security Administration Camp. Garden in front of shelter. March 1940. High school boys in Jalopy, Genoa, Nevada. March 1940. Main Street in Tonopah, Nevada. March 1940. High school students in Jalopy, Genoa, Nevada. Circa 1905. The base in Baltimore, Maryland. October 1917. Washington, D.C. Knickerbocker Theater. Harry Crandall's new Knickerbocker Cinema opened on October 13, 1917, with the historical drama Betsy Ross. Less than 5 years later, 98 moviegoers were killed here when the roof caved in under an accumulation of snow during a blizzard. Model Maria Whitaker, photo 1987. December 1908. Walker Block, Griswold and Fort Streets, Detroit. August 1942. Interlochen, Michigan. National Music Camp. Applying first aid to girl who stubbed toe while in swimming. May 26, 1951. Patricia Murphy's Candlelight Restaurant, Manhasset, Long Island, New York. Exterior with autos. May 1943. Ashland, Aroostook County, Maine. Girls at Memorial Day Parade. Even with gasoline rationed, many people attended the ceremony in cars. Circa 1942. Alaska Defense Command. At Mail Shack with mess kit. June 1943. Keysville, Virginia. Randolph Henry High School. Chemistry class equipment. Washington, D.C., circa 1904. Frank M.E. is all it says here. San Francisco, circa 1929. Dodge Brothers truck at City Hall. January 1943. Washington, D.C. After dinner, a bridge game goes on nightly in the largest room in the boarding house. (1902) Public Square, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. New York, circa 1901. The Little Church around the corner, Episcopal Church of the Transfiguration, East 29th Street. June 1935. Migrant agricultural workers in California. Motherless migrant children. They work in the cotton. December 1941. Burning fallen leaves. New York City suburbs. September 1942. Richwood, West Virginia. Young citizens. San Francisco, 1927. Hudson Super 6 sedan at the De Young Museum. Buffalo, New York, circa 1911. William McKinley Monument, Niagara Square. October 1942. Winter cold evening due to temperature restriction in the house. December 1941. Pearlie Mosley with 3 pelts from foxes he trapped. Eden Mills, Vermont. Fisher, Mrs. J.F. Child. Between February 1894 and February 1901. Savannah, Georgia, circa 1906. Bull Street at Liberty Street and City Hall. December 1941. Raking leaves. New York City suburbs. San Francisco circa 1927. Page Cabriolet Roadster. Bonus photo for you, a beautiful retro woman. British model Maria Whittaker, photo 1989. The Enchanting Donna Evan 1980s. American film actress Michelle Bauer 1978. November 1938. Saloon near railroad yards, Omaha, Nebraska. This 35mm Kodacolor 100 negative I shot in Santa Cruz, California. I was there visiting my brother. November 1938. Omaha, Nebraska, gateway to the West. June 1953. Howdy Doody shows Clarabelle the Clown, actor Nick Nicholson, pays a one-week visit to the Dolan family in Boone County, West Virginia. Gloucester, Massachusetts, circa 1903. Handling a cargo from the fishing banks. May 1943. Mary Grimm, maid doing the housework. Her mother, a 26-year-old widow, Buffalo, New York. April 1942. Hollywood, California. Gasoline filling station at night. October 1942. Benjamin Franklin High School, New York, New York. Victory Corps. High school boys growing physically fit through exercise. April 1943. Buffalo, New York. Swing shift workers on the sidelines at the weekly swing shift dance held at the main Utica Ballroom. Volusia County, Florida, circa 1897. A garden near Daytona. Buffalo, New York, circa 1900. Ellicott Square Building. At the time of its completion, 1896, the largest office building in the world. Washington, D.C., circa 1921. Golf Warren Harding. May 1942. Southington, Connecticut. The family of Ralph Hurlbut. A Sunday dinner honoring Corporal Robert Hurlbut, 21, home on his first furlough from the Army. May 1942. Southington, Connecticut. Demetrius Georgios, who came from Greece, runs a soda fountain. He wasn't here long before the country entered World War I, and he joined up. A member of the American Legion, he is shown here making banana splits. World's Champions, 1905 to 1906, Owasso, Michigan, West Side Indoor Baseball Team. Westchester County, New York, circa 1900. Dobbs Ferry Depot. November 1942. Babies Hospital, New York. Nurse training. Nurses learn the care of patients suffering from burns. Spring 1939. Washington, D.C. lunchroom. June 1942. Community pool in Greenbelt, Maryland. July 1942. Posting ceiling prices in foreign languages. Charles Ruggiero, clerk in a grocery store in New York's Italian section, wishes the handful of spaghetti he is breaking were Mussolini's neck. Buffalo, New York, circa 1900. Buffalo River and elevators, foot of Main Street. May 1950. University of Notre Dame football quarterback Bob Williams posed as if signing autographs. July 1939. Rooftop parking, Washington, D.C. July 1941. Work on streetcar tracks, 14th and G Streets NW, Washington, D.C. English model Maria Whittaker photo shoot 1989. May 1941. Washington, D.C. Rent a bicycle Sunday recreation at the tidal basin. Washington, D.C., circa 1940. Bureau of Engraving and Printing Annex, C Street, SW. January 1941. Amish farmers from Pennsylvania near Sarasota, where they are observing Florida farming methods. January 1941. Guest of Sarasota, Florida, trailer park at the beach with her family. December 1955. Football game in Florida. Circa 1900. Michigan Central Station, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Westchester County, New York, circa 1903. South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon. Detroit, circa 1899. Forest Drive, Belle Isle Park. An uncredited view of Washington, D.C., circa 1939. Who will be the first to drop a pin on the map and tell us where this is? July 1921. New York. Princess Fatima Sultana of Afghanistan. San Francisco, 1925. Rickenbacker D6 Coach Broom at Lafayette Park. May 1942. Paris Island, South Carolina. Instructors at leisure after a full day at the U.S. Marine Corps Glider Detachment Training Camp. May 1958. Actress Mary, you're wearing silver lame, thigh-high leg covering with attached heels. Circa 1904. The Circle, Brooklyn, New York. New York, circa 1911. Fifth Avenue at West 43rd Street. (1904). East Coast Railway Station, New Smyrna Beach, Florida. July 1937. Woman in doorway is mother of 14, 10 living, 56 grandchildren. Near Chesney, South Carolina. December 1941. White Motor Company, Cleveland. When this test driver at a large Midwest plant has put the machine through its paces, he'll know if it meets the exacting specifications of the Army. DeLand, Florida, circa 1904. School of Technology and Hall of Science, John B. Stetson University. (1919) Cadillac touring car at rail stop. June 8, 1950. Fields Department Store, Jackson Heights, Queens, New York. Exterior by day. A slide from a collection I purchased at the swap meet a few years back. This one was marked May 1960. Bonus photo for you, a beautiful retro woman. English model Maria Whittaker, 1980s.